Guys, you know how I always complain about free characters being absolute dog shit in Nikke? Wait a second, Shift Up might have been cooking for this anniversary. The last usable character we got as a free unit in Nikke was a small white. This was the last usable unit for free anyone got, because it was a nice DPS early on that could help you progress through campaign, and actually, it was usable for new people. Fantastic. And you could fully invest into her, and she's not gonna be doing good, but but she's at the same level as Sugar, okay? So that's still decent, not good, decent. But now we're cooking with Chime a little bit, it seems like, and they've made a pretty good kit. So let's talk a little bit about this as usual before we start. Hello, diners, welcome back to Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. Today's topic, Chime, a skill set. We're gonna be posting a lot of videos today because it's patch day, it's the usual, right? They drop for no reason the skill sets 2 hours from one another instead of all of them together. So it is what it is. That's it. Let's talk about Chime One Night. You guys can see the animation here. I already said this, I don't really care about her animation. I don't like it. I know some of you did like it to have like a change of pace from usually just pure fan service, which I can see why. I do like her animations because she has a GPU on her back. Okay, this right here, it's the GPU on her back, so pretty cool detail. That's it. Pretty short kit in contrast to Nayuta that was 30 pages long, right? So we have a really simple kit, 1 page, huge buffs. This is a supported B2 submachine gun iron, 20 seconds that re-enters B2. Do we have any other re-enter that actually has the how did he render was? Viper would be the only one that's 20 seconds while still having the re-enter. So this is the second one. Her kit is pretty nice, I like it a lot. Pretty basic when it comes to her numbers, 120, pretty short reload time at 1 second, 8.1 attack as damage. We don't care about that, right? Now let's go into her actual kit and go into what she does, because this is pretty interesting. The skill 1 Chief Aid is going to be activating when entering battle, affects the king. We do not know who the king is, we are all assuming it only works with Crown. Again, we do not know, we're waiting. This might work in the future with other characters, depending on what Shift Up plan is on releasing characters. If there is a queen and a king on our side, there must be a queen and a king on the other side. So it might work with whatever they release on the future. But this increases 46% of caster's attack. So you're gonna be needing to heavily invest into Chime to fully take advantage of this, but still it's a 46%, which is pretty high. And this is for the whole battle, continuously, cannot dispel this. Fantastic. Skill 2, the King's Secretary, another passive, activates when entering Fell Burst, only affecting the king, increasing the normal attack damage multiplier by 46% for 10 seconds. That's crazy. Again, a huge increase on damage. We're talking about a character that, assuming she only works for Crown, is making Crown an actual good DPS now for Iron. Because Iron has really good characters, right? You have like your Bunny Milk, you have your T2 Red Hood, you have now Raven. Like, there's plenty of good characters, but she's always been like a pure support unit, so having that extra damage is pretty nice. And then lastly, burst skill for the king, giving a 20-second cooldown, which she re-enters B2, increases maximum capacity for everyone for 20 seconds, and only for her king, 92% attack damage. That is close to Trina in terms of how much she's buffing Scarlet. That's crazy. Now, obviously, the important part is that enough to make Crown a viable DPS character? Because this breaks team compositions a little bit. This means you are losing the 20% attack damage Crown has. You need your CDR, whatever it is, you need your Crown, you need Chime. Let's assume this Gremlin, okay, is gonna be your Chime, and you are re-entering B2. Now you can only bring 2 B3s, so you need, it's a big word. If you wanna be proccing the 20% attack damage in here, which is huge for everyone on the team, you need a healer. So Iron is not having like a good unit to put in there, unless you are bringing Helm, obviously, right? But then that only leaves for 1 DPS on the team. So it's a little bit of a weird situation where, yes, she's increasing Crown damage a lot, but is that making up for the fact that now you are losing the 20% attack damage if you are not bringing a healer? We'll see. The biggest thing, or the biggest thing to test with Chime is just, is the king only Crown? Does this work with anyone else, or can we activate this with anyone else? And the second is if it's going to be worth bringing her into those Iron team compositions for raids to actually make Crown a big DPS. It feels like for weak Iron content, is gonna be good. Outside of weak item content, I am not so sure. But I am happy that finally we're getting a free character that actually can be used. Now, it's a big word saying a free character that can be used, because this is still a free character that is completely useless to everyone who starts playing on the 3rd anniversary. Completely useless. Like literally, she has no kit. No kit. She only will give you max ammunition capacity for a new player without crown. So on one hand, I'm happy that her kit seems to be pretty good. On the other, if you don't have crown and you're a new player, absolute toxic character. That's it. Enough ranting. Short video for this one because her kit is pretty short. Nothing to be talking here too much. We'll test whenever it's live. Once again, we'll be live tonight. Link in the description. As usual, love you all bastards. Good luck with your pool dinners. And I'll see you in the next one.